Hi, my name's Max Hanna and I'm one of the co-founders of the Social Selling Company. I've put together this slide deck to give you an overview of who we are and what we do and to share a few case studies of the organizations we work with to date. So this will take no longer than 15 minutes and I hope you get a lot out of this presentation. So what do we do? Well, we at the Social Selling Company help you get the most from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, in our opinion, is a really exciting platform, especially in the B2B space, that can help with your marketing and also business development efforts. And we work with customers who are at different kind of stages of their journey with LinkedIn. And our purpose is to really help you get the most out of this exciting social platform. So there's three distinct services that we offer. Our most popular service is our managed service, where we kind of just manage the whole social selling process for you as a outsourced partner. We also offer sponsored advertising services. So if you want to run effective sponsored ads campaigns, then we can help you with that. And if you want to get social selling and do it internally within your organization, we can offer consultancy and training services as well. So there are three core offerings. Some of the organisations that we work with at the moment, so we work with Easy Group with their social selling campaigns within a number of different brands under that umbrella. The one we work with most is Easy Coffee. We work with Fodesso, FTSE 250 company, a global provider of trading technology. Ministry of Sound on their B2B offering. We have RMG Networks, a global provider of visual displays and a leader in their industry. Web.com, who are the largest, second largest domain registry behind GoDaddy, with a range of kind of like SMEs such as SoftTools. So that's just a snippet of some of the customers that we work with. So why social? Well, it works. It's how we've grown our business. We've got some amazing case studies and results for the customers we work with. It's cost effective. It's not as expensive as telemarketing that can literally cost thousands and thousands of pounds a month. It's a very cost-effective solution in terms of marketing and business development. There's also a great way to gain competitive advantages. As it stands, most organizations don't understand social selling or have a formal strategy. So if you do grasp it, you'll be one of the early adopters in your industry, and it's a great strategy to really get ahead of your competition. So a few stats around LinkedIn: 467 million users worldwide, 70 million users in the UK, and 82% of people check LinkedIn daily. So the point is 99.9% of your target audience are going to be on LinkedIn and they're going to be engaged on LinkedIn. Like I said, 82% of people check LinkedIn daily. So it's a really good database and a database that's really engaged. So we approach, like I said, social selling from not just an awareness point of view and a marketing point of view, but also a business development tool. And back in the day, if you wanted to go out and win new customers, you'd be doing cold calling, you'd be doing email marketing, and when you're doing cold calling, you'd be picking up the phone, you'd be qualifying needs on the phone, and then you'd be doing sales demos. What we found with a lot of customers is that cold calling has become less effective. It's a lot harder, especially if you're targeting large end organizations, to get through to a decision maker on the phone, and then let alone to persuade them there and then to start your sales process. What we find works much better and is more of a modern method is actually when it comes to prospecting brand new accounts, individuals who may not have heard of your business before, is actually use social as the first point of call to connect with them, engage with them, then educate them on the process, and then using the phone a bit later on in the process. We still believe telemarketing has a place in marketing, but social, in terms of that first outreach, probably is a better ploy than picking up the phone straight away. So this is a graph that shows our social selling maturity model, and it's kind of aimed to help organizations understand where they are in terms of their maturity when it comes to social. So stage one is at the bottom here, random acts of social. And this is where 60% of organizations sit. So this is when a organization, they know social is important, but you've got John in marketing doing something here, Katie in sales doing something here. It's all a bit disjointed. As you take a more formal a kind of more strategic approach, you get to stage two, where you've put in place a formal policy, which is often driven by marketing. As you can see, there's a sales lift associated with each of these advancements as well. Stage three is training. So as you get more serious, you start to actually train your staff on how to do it effectively. Stage 4 is integrating different teams, processes, and technology together. And stage 5 is actually optimizing the process, having insight into what's going on and tweaking it to really get the most from it. So I'm going to take you now through a few case studies. So this is a company we work with called Now We Comply. This is an example of our managed service where we actually managed their sales director's LinkedIn profile, did all the legwork for him on his LinkedIn account, and also managed their company profile too. So they wanted us to target HR directors in organizations of 5,000 plus employees. They provide HR automation software, and they tried telemarketing, they tried email marketing, but just weren't getting the results they needed. They came to us to say, you know, social, we've heard good things about it, we've read stuff, but we really want to see if it can work for us. So they tasked us with using LinkedIn to go out there, get their target audience aware of them, and also to generate meaningful business opportunities. So the first stage is coming up with a send a bit of content. So this is going to serve as your initial hook to get people interested in your service. So the topic that was trending in their industry is robotic process automation, RPA. So we help them put together a white paper about RPA and how it enhances the role of IT. So we put this on a landing page. So if they want to download the white paper, they've got to leave their email, phone number, name, and company information. And the idea is that we've got the landing page, this is our hook, and we're going to direct traffic from social to the landing page to capture the details of people from their target audience who are interested in this subject area. Now this content isn't product-led, it's not about how great their product is, it's more about the actual solution, the problems, and how to overcome it. And by framing it like this, we're able to identify people who are interested in, you know, RPA and who possibly have a requirement for it, and then we can start to position our product once we've identified those two things. So we use Sales Navigator to save leads on the account. So you can save over 3,000 individuals on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and you can use the lead builder to find, you know, pretty precisely who you're after. And then, like I said, they're targeting HR directors, so we saved, you know, we saved the people on Sales Navigator, HR directors. Back in the day, if you wanted to get a database of 3,000 HR directors, their names, their company, and all the information that goes with it, you pay thousands of pounds for that. This is all free and included within Sales Navigator, so I'm really, you know, excited about this. So once you've saved all those individuals, those 3,000 connections, we then send personalized connection requests to all those 3,000 people. We usually aim for 20 to 40% acceptance rate. So out of this pool of people, got about 621 people accept. It grew to about 1,000 later on. So once we've got you know, that target audience in your LinkedIn account, we can then start to create a content plan. So we then post at least once a week a LinkedIn Pulse article, and it's just awareness. You rarely get leads as a direct result of posting on LinkedIn, but it's just a good way to get your brand out there, make people aware of who you are and what you're doing. But as you move on from that awareness phase, what you really want to be doing, and what we do for customers, is direct messaging. So if we've managed to connect with 1,000 new connections on your LinkedIn profile, we'll aim to direct message each of those individuals for you, and we'll send a personalized invitation, personalized message. And the example for Now We Comply was linked to their white paper. So we explain, you know, what the white paper is, what they get out of it. See a response here we've had from one of their prospects, Robert Keenan, who said, you know, many thanks for this, very interesting area, hot topic in FS, happy to take a look at your white paper. You know, people like, if you've got really good content, people love that. You know, that's why people on LinkedIn, they want to learn, they want to network. And if you're leading with content, then you're going to get a really good response rate if it's good. And then from that, we're able to start, you know, getting people downloading the white paper, leaving their contact details. We start to get some really good initial prospects through the door. So I've blocked out the name of the people here, but you can see these are really big, really big organizations. So there's like the HR directors like DHL, O2, OCS, Level 3, large companies, senior decision makers, all leaving their contact details. And now you can, through your marketing and sales function, nurture those and then start to kind of convert those into real sales opportunities. And this is an email that we had back from the sales director there saying, we've now booked a meeting with OCS, amazing, huge opportunity, exactly in our space, 20,000 employees, all the HR systems are manual and creaking, just perfect. So the result of what we've done, you know, through this process, they've booked meetings with some really high-end organizations. They've got some really good opportunity. They've booked meetings with like Coca-Cola, JP Morgan. In the last 2 months, they've closed off a number of significant deals. And this is all through following this process. You know, if you try to cold call the HR director at OCS, I would bet you're not going to get very far. But LinkedIn is a really good way to get in there. And like I said, majority of businesses aren't doing this. And also you can export that data in the form of first name, last name, email addresses, company and job titles. So if you get 1,000 new connections a month, then you can export this data and this feeds your email marketing system. And we would recommend having an email marketing solution in place because we're going to be feeding that system with data. So some of the stats about the managed service. So if we take over your LinkedIn profile, let's just say 3,000 to 4,000 leads a month, send 750 to 1,000, aim to get 750 to 1,000 new connections because we'll be sending out personalized connection requests. We'll create 4 Pulse articles. So we'll post one article a week for awareness as you grow your network. Then we'll help you create that centerfold content piece, which in the example of Now You Comply was the white paper. Perhaps you want to do a webinar, maybe you've got an event coming up. So you want to direct traffic to that center piece of content. And then we aim to send 750 to 1,000 direct messages a month with this content piece. And as a result, we aim to get 10 to 80 leads a month. So that's people, you know, downloading the content or coming to the event, attending the webinar. And then we export that data and give you around 750 to 1,000 emails a month. So this is an example of a sponsored ad campaign we've done. So we work with, like I said, a company called RMG Networks, global leader in visual displays. They were running an event at their head office in London, and they wanted us to help them set up sponsored ads to attract people from their target audience to the event. We did also do a managed servicing where we managed their sales director's account, and this was more of a bolt-on to what we were doing with that. So this is their landing page. We've got Understand and Solve the Employee Engagement Challenge at the top, a bit about the event, then you can register for the event at the bottom. And again, we've got the landing page. It's just about using social to direct traffic from the right people to the landing page so that they can get, you know, the right people to their event. So we create a sponsored email campaign, and so this is what it looked like. So it says sponsored, solve and get the Employee Engagement Challenge, a bit about the event, link to the landing page, and then that was going out to, like I said, HR direct. They were targeting HR directors for their visual displays, internal commerce directors, all in London. Then we can draft a report that shows, you know, how many times we've sent it, the open rate, and then we were able to measure as well how many people actually attended the event. So through a mixture of managing their sales director's account and doing a sponsored email campaign, we got about 30 people registered for the event in the space of a month, and they were absolutely, it was one of the best marketing campaigns that they've actually run. And in terms of how it's split between the two, from the sales director's account, we've probably got about 20, and we've got 10 from the email campaign. So you can get really good results from this, but the challenge is getting the tone right, getting the messaging right, and then doing the other LinkedIn activities as well to supplement this. You can't really just rely on this as a standalone service. And this is an example of a training consultancy solution we did, a company called Fidessa, who are a large multinational FTSE 250 company. They knew social was important, but what they really wanted to do was just to bring it in-house and for us to enable them to do it. So our training consulting packages starts off with an internal capability audit. So we went into Fidessa, we looked at where they were with their whole social presence on LinkedIn, where their gaps were in terms of knowledge and capabilities. Once we identified that, we then also did a social listening report. So we went out on social and listened to what their target audience were talking about, what was trending, what their competitors are doing, how they rank against their competitors. And then that information helped us create a strategy for them. So we came up with a 6-month plan in terms of what we were going to do. Then we delivered training to various parts of their organization, then offered weekly and monthly reports on their progress, and then fed back every month on how we can improve the results. So this is an example of the social audit and listening report. So this report goes into, like I said, their internal capabilities, and also includes our social listening report, looking at their target audience online, how they rank in terms of in line with their competition, and kind of was the basis of the strategy formation. Then what we did is create a kind of week-by-week plan. So This is an example of the first 3 months where we kind of list out what we're going to be, the activities we're going to do and the outcomes. We then do classroom style training where we come in and actually train people on how to use LinkedIn, and we have different kind of strategies for different departments. And then what we do is we use the navigator to then draw reports so we can see how individuals are improving over time in terms of the SSI, which is their social selling index, which measures kind of how effective they are on LinkedIn. We can then also see how many messages are sent as an organization. So we can say, walking into organization, right, you send 100 messages a month, let's get that to 1,000, because the more messages you send, the more response rate you're going to get. So we can actually measure your activity as an organization and improve that. In terms of commercials, so if we do a managed service, we typically charge £1,000 a month plus VAT. And then the ROI is the database build. So we're going on LinkedIn, we're building a database, we extract all that information and giving it to you to feed your other marketing efforts, generating a high amount of awareness, and that should translate into 10 to 80 leads. And that's based on what we've seen as a result with our other customers. I've never seen anyone go below the 10 mark, and vice versa, not really seen anyone go over the 80 leads a month. We typically do a trial month. So you do a trial month, £1,000, no commitment after that. And then if you want to continue, we usually do a monthly rolling contract with a 90-day notice of termination. If you want to move your social selling in-house, you don't want to work with an outsourced party, but you just want a knowledge transfer, then we will do a social listing report plus content plan at £1,000, on-site training 1,200, then 3 months support. In the case of Fidessa, it was a bit longer, but typically 3 months at £750, so total price £2,750. What I would say with this is that you probably need a sales team of over 10 people to really get the results from it. But for a company like Fidessa, if you've got thousands of employees and are really trying to push this out, you can probably get anywhere from 50 to 1,000 leads a month. I mean, it is a bit of a estimate, but if you're a large organization and everyone's working together and pulling together, the results are really staggering. In terms of other services, so like I said, LinkedIn sponsored advertising, we can bolt on. You probably need an extra budget of about £500 a month to really see some ROI from that. Like I said, we usually do sponsored advertising more in like month 3 of a campaign. We usually do the database build in month 1 and 2 and use sponsored ads to target those who haven't connected with us. Email marketing, like I said, we can pass you thousands and thousands of email data. So if you don't have a marketing plan in place, you should, because it gets really exciting what you can do with email, and we can bolt that onto our service. Telemarketing as well. We're only a fan of doing telemarketing if we're calling, these data has been qualified a bit. Cold calling really is not effective. You want to be calling people who have shown some interest in your service, and we can, once you get opportunities at that stage, we can offer telemarketing at £160 per day. We also do content production at £50 per article. We actually work with organisations that have got so many leads from us that actually need to recruit more sales staff. So if you do get to a position like that, which we have come across regularly, we can help you recruit new members of staff to deal with all this influx in business. So that was our kind of quick overview to the social selling company, a bit about what we do. I hope you got a lot from that presentation. If you want any further information, feel free to email me at mh@thesocialsellingcompany.co.uk, or you can call me on 07465 222 171. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you found it useful, and hopefully we'll be in touch.